WrestleMania 40 is 4 days away. I cannot wait. I'm excited, and I feel like this is the perfect time to talk about each title and the importance going into WrestleMania and possibly how important it might be after WrestleMania. So for the first title I'm going to be talking about is the United States Championship. The reason why I want to start off with this is because I feel like last year, going into WrestleMania 39, the United States Championship did not have the best. It didn't have the best look. Like, it didn't feel important. It didn't have no significance. Austin Theory held the title for a good portion of the year. It was a hot potato between Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, and Bobby Lashley. I feel like Bobby Lashley was the person to make the United States Championship feel important when Triple H finally was created, but then it just took a landslide downfall. Once this title gets hot potato, the significance, the importance just diminishes. I feel like that title was destroyed last year. Somebody like Austin Theory holding the championship, because he was just a charisma vacuum. Like, he just didn't have it. We were pushing him too much, too fast, and like, it just didn't feel natural. It didn't feel like he deserved it. It didn't feel like he earned it. This year, however, Logan Paul is doing the best work of his career so far, but it doesn't really feel like he's doing any better for this title. Don't get me wrong, he's definitely putting on banger matches with this title, but it's not like he's making this title seem like how Gunther's making Intercontinental Championship feel. Like, it doesn't feel prestigious. It doesn't feel like an honor to hold that title. It just feels like he's there to get a paycheck and just wrestle. It doesn't feel like he's putting the title over. It feels like he's putting himself over, rather. I don't think the United States Championship has any real significance right now. It's just like a title that you just have a surprisingly great wrestler facing other great wrestlers. It doesn't really have a story to it. Like, it doesn't feel like the people who are wrestling in this match are fighting for the title. It feels like they're fighting just because they hate each other. I think the United States Championship is not the best build so far, but it's better than last year's. So for the next titles, oh boy, I know everybody has been waiting for this one. The Divas Tag Team titles. Oh, I said Divas. Oh Lord, I'm about to get killed. I meant the women's tag team titles. Now, the women's tag team titles are the worst titles in the business. I don't care what nobody says. Women's tag team wrestling in WWE is the worst thing that we can ever possibly have. We have tag teams who do not belong with one another. People who do not mesh, have no chemistry. They're always botching. Nobody seems like they want to be there. The women's tag team division is just ass. It's just horrible. It's just, you would just have the Kabuki Warriors, Kaden Carter, and Katana Chance, and then you have Unholy Union, I believe. What other team do you have on? Everybody else was literally just mid-card to main event talent that was just randomly put together. Like, you look at Tegan Nox and Natalia, you think that's a tag team? Yeah, get out of here. You out of your mind. Honestly, the women's tag team titles, they need to burn them. That's where I think the state of those titles are. The next title that I'm going to be talking about is the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. I feel like this championship is the big dog. It's the most important championship in the company for the woman. That's the main title you want to go after because of Rhea Ripley's sheer megastar energy that she has, this aura that she has. Everybody needs to go after her. I feel like Rhea Ripley's more of the Roman Reigns of the women's era. Yeah, she's the Roman Reigns of the women's era. The title feels important, but the title reign it's not all that good right now because you haven't had many big stars facing Rhea Ripley. She kind of ran through the entire division. The only person that's up next is Becky Lynch, and I think Rhea Ripley's gonna win that match against Becky Lynch. And then it's like, who else is after? I guess Liv Morgan needs like a chance, but like, come on, you think Liv Morgan's gonna beat Rhea Ripley? Yeah, give me a break. I think the women's championship is in good hands, but we just need to pick it up with the rivalries that we choose for Rhea Ripley, because nobody's believable to beat her, honestly, unless your name is like Becky Lynch or Nia Jax or something. But yeah, I think this is in good hands. For the next title, we're gonna be talking about the women's, how do they call the women's WWE Championship? Like, the one that Io Sky is holding currently. I feel like that title doesn't have as much significance as we would enjoy, as we would like, but it doesn't defeat the fact that it's been in some great rivalries. I think Io Sky, just being this great wrestler, one of the best wrestlers on the roster right now, brings more eyes to this championship, and it doesn't feel like secondary fiddle. The only thing about that is that it kind of takes a backseat because Io Sky doesn't feel like the main person in her own group. When Bayley was a part of the group, it felt like Bayley was the leader. We didn't look at Io Sky like this main threat. We looked at Bayley as the leader. We didn't look at Io Sky as the champion. So I feel like that was the only thing that was really dwindling this championship. The fact that Io Sky does not even look like a leader of her own group. I think the title's in good hands though. It's definitely gonna change hands with Bayley though at WrestleMania, and I cannot wait. For the next championship, I'm gonna be talking about the Intercontinental title. And I feel like the Intercontinental title is the most important championship in the business right now. And the reason why I say that is because Gunther has reached a whole nother level when it comes to making a championship feel important. The Intercontinental Championship used to be the branch to stardom. Like when you win that title, that means you're up next for a WWE Championship reign. It's inevitable. Over the past decade, the Intercontinental Championship feels like a third place prize. Like it doesn't even feel like something that will take your career to the next level. The fact that we have Gunther, this monster that literally looks unbeatable. He looks more unbeatable than the world heavyweight champion. That's crazy. Gunther went from literally a nobody on the main roster when he first debuted to a major threat where everybody's calling him one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time. I believe he's the greatest Intercontinental championship right now. When was the last time Gunther had a bad match? I think the Intercontinental championship is in great hands. I think he's retaining in WrestleMania 40, so that championship is only going to be elevated even more when he beats Sami Zayn, and I cannot wait for that match. But the next titles that I'm going to be talking about is the tag team titles, the Undisputed Tag Team titles. I feel like the tag team titles are in this limbo land right now because they haven't had a true rivalry for the tag titles. The tag titles have been involved in the main event scene for a very long time now with Judgment Day, and Judgment Day hasn't really interacted that much with other tag teams. So I believe that in order to make the tag team titles feel more important, you put it on a tag team that's actually gonna have rivalries with other tag teams. So I'm glad that this ladder match is happening at WrestleMania 40 where we could crown new champions. I can't wait to see who wins that tag team title match, and hopefully we get a split of the tag titles and actually bring more importance back to that tag team titles, because there's a lot of tag teams in this division. They cook. They know how to cook. Like you give them some grease, you give them some oil, they're gonna cook up a great meal for a family of 5. I think the tag titles are in great hands, but they're gonna be in better hands when it's actually held by an actual tag team. For the next title, I'm gonna be talking about the World Heavyweight Championship. Since Seth Rollins is the only champion in this lineage, I believe that Seth Rollins is doing an amazing job at making that championship feel like it's not second fiddle, even though in many people's hearts that championship is second fiddle because it's been buried time and time and time again. People like Roman Reigns and The Rock have buried that championship to the ground. I feel like he's done a great job at bringing it up and like making it feel important. So I think Seth Rollins being the first champion, it's a great start, and I think Drew McIntyre is gonna be able to bring it up to new levels, but I don't know if he's gonna win it at WrestleMania. Obviously I think Damian Priest is gonna win that, but whenever Drew McIntyre does win that World Heavyweight Championship back, I think he's gonna bring that title to new heights. That World Heavyweight Championship is in pretty good hands, and whoever holds it next has pretty big shoes to fill as the second person to hold that championship. So for the last championship, I think that the WWE Championship obviously is the most prized possession in the company, as one of the most prestigious titles in the industry, wrestling as a whole, and Roman Reigns holding it just like it's his bread and butter. Roman Reigns looks perfect with that championship. He done grew up with that championship, but doesn't mean that I want it around his waist right now. I want it gone from him. We need a new champion. It's been 3 years. We're tired. We're bored. But the championship, you can't deny that it feels important. It has gotten to the point that the next person that wins that championship, which I feel like is gonna be Cody Rhodes, has to be the face of the company. There's no if buts around it. That's why I felt like when people were predicting that Randy Orton was gonna win in the Royal Rumble, or Edge was gonna win like a couple years ago, or this person was gonna win, or this was just like, no, we need somebody who's going to be the face of the company, who's going to carry this company right after Roman Reigns. It's not gonna be none of those people. That's just how important that championship is to the company right now. The next person to beat Roman Reigns has to be a big star. I think the WWE title is the most prestigious title in the company right now. So that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like the video, subscribe, follow all of the links down below, my TikTok, my Twitter. I'll be live tweeting during Raw, SmackDown. I'll be live tweeting during WrestleMania as well. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out of here. You guys get out of here too. Why are you still here? Leave.